What's going on, everybody? This is Renegade #1. Today, I want to talk about true masculinity and what it is. To me, true masculinity, it's way beyond the physical. It's way beyond just having big ass muscles. It's way beyond just getting a bunch of bitches and fucking them. It's not about sex. I think the components that make up a true man is his mental toughness. His mental toughness and how he can deal with failure, how he can deal with being at rock bottom, how he works, how his ambition. I think a man is made by his ambition, how he can deal with going against the grain, how he's not afraid. A real man is not afraid to die for what he believes in. You know, you look at guys like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, guys like, the 300 Spartans. That's a good example of, what real men are. And I'm not saying you got to be violent, you got to do what they did, but I'm looking at the moral behind the story of the 300 Spartans. I think that's indicative of what a real man is. Yeah, you might die as the ending result, but you're still going to go through it to enable change for the future generations. And I want to tie that story into what MGTOW is. MGTOW may not make any immediate effects right now, but we're fighting for the future. We may die. We may get a lot of flack. We may be called gay. We have to go through the fire. We got to go through the fire to get to where we need to go. It's always going to be like that. And you cannot be that type of man that thinks if there's no pain, then I'm okay. No, you got to go through pain to get gain. So remember that. No pain, no gain. You don't gain from it. You got to go through pain to gain knowledge and to gain change. That's just how it is. And having the nerves of steel that's a masculine trait. That's something that's very important to have, because a lot of people out here will call you, oh, you a bitch ass, this and that, or you a weak man, you a punk, what's good. There's all these people out here, they are distractions to you. They're designed to distract you. They're designed to throw you off course. Your job as a man is to stay focused, to stay on the path that you're trying to get to. You understand? And if your path is freedom, if your path is, money or whatever your objective is, your goal is you got to have nerves of steel. You got to stay on your game. You can't let nobody fuck your shit up out here, because these people want you to fail. And I despise any man who is trying to kick another man down. We are men. Real men lift each other up. Men who are bitches, they try to kick people down. They worried about themselves. It's not about an individual. It's all about uplifting men. You understand? And you cannot be passive aggressive out here. You cannot just turn the other cheek and expect this world to give you a helping hand. That's not how the world works. You got to be aggressive. You got to be assertive. And that's what's part of making you a real man. Knowing how to fight for yourself and fight for others. Fighting for your brother next to you. That's just how it is. I used to struggle with that in high school, where I used to be passive aggressive and I would expect people to read my mind. I see people like that and I realize I'm glad I grew out of that mindset, because it didn't take me nowhere. It never took me anywhere. I found myself with a lot of conflict on the inside, expecting people to, read my mind. That's just not how the world works. You got to learn how to develop leadership. You got to learn how to carry yourself in a more masculine way. Make people acknowledge your presence. Let people know that you're not an invisible person. Let people know that, hey, I'm not somebody to be fucked with. And the key to doing that is looking at yourself, going to the gym or whatever the case may be, and just going through pain. Going through pain helps you gain, more toughness. You know what I mean? I think you got to exercise your brain mentally. You got to be paying attention to how guys are moving out here and women are moving out here just in general. And realize, are these men? You know, I think women, I think the world is scared, at least the Western world is scared of true masculinity. I said that before. Women today, and at least in America at least, they're afraid. Because most of them grow up with these unstable households where their mother's the leader and they don't have no masculine presence. And they're growing up with this distorted mindset. They think it's okay because it's normal to just worship women, put their mother on the pedestal. That's not a healthy way to be raised around. That's why I think you got to be raised around a man and a woman. It's especially men. Men are the black holes of the universe. Men are the glue. There's nothing more valuable, and I said this exact same thing in my last video. There's nothing more valuable than having a strong, pulverizing male figure who knows how to take charge, who knows how to give direction, who has a woman that's going to compliment him, who's going to support her king. You understand? Another essential aspect to becoming, a true man is being held accountable, holding yourself to the same standard. We all know that women are not those types. Women are not the type to be held accountable. But for men, we have to expect ourselves to be held accountable, because guess what? That's part of making yourself more responsible as a man. You're not responsible if you don't hold yourself to the same standard as the fellow man or the fellow woman or whatever that you're holding accountable to. You can't sit there and hold them to this standard and you hold your standards down here. You can't cut yourself a break. You understand? Sorry about the camera. But that's the truth, man. Dying for what you believe in. Having nerves of steel. Working your way out of failure. There's nothing wrong with failure. Failure makes you stronger. Failure is a growth mechanism. Use failure as a stepping ladder to get to where you need to go. Those who are afraid of failure, they're content with mediocrity. They're content to be, in this fictional world of perfection. I hear people say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist." You trying to do everything right. You're trying to be a people pleaser. Don't be a people pleaser. When you're born in this world, there's probably 30% people that don't like you. Off the bat. Stop trying to get people to like you. That's another beta male characteristic if you want to go by the beta alpha hierarchy, which I don't. I don't characterize myself as a beta or alpha. It is what it is. But stop trying to get people to like you. Fuck it. Who cares? If they don't like you, that's their loss. Keep it moving. But also I want to touch on real men. We lead by example. We lead by example. We love one another. We teach one another. And that's it. All that talking and yapping, that's what females do. Let them do that. We out here putting in work, and that's what we gonna keep doing. You don't need to show how much money you got. You don't need to show how many cars you got. You know what I'm saying? It's not about material value. It's all about the intangibles. That's what makes you a man. The intangibles will ultimately show on the outside. Don't worry. If you're fucked up in the head and you're unsure in the head, it's gonna reflect. Don't worry about the outside. Worry about the inside, and then that will reflect the outside ultimately in the end anyway. So that's what I want y'all to know. That's true masculinity for you. It's not about all that other bullshit. Having money don't make you a man. Having tattoos don't make you a man. Having big muscles don't make you a man. It's all about mental toughness. It's all about discipline. It's all about perseverance. So keep this shit going. You know, if you don't, and if you lack those traits, learn how to develop those traits. Don't just sit there and cry like a bitch about it and say, oh, I don't have these things, and these guys, they're putting me down saying I'm weak. Use animosity. Use that as fuel to say, I'm gonna prove these people wrong. Fuck them. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna keep balling. I'm gonna keep doing me. And I'm gonna get to that goal. And guess what? That's when you are officially the Spartan. You are officially the renegade. You are officially the king of you are the leader of a Martin Luther King. You are the leader of a Malcolm X. You gotta lead yourself before you can lead others. If you can't lead yourself, you ain't gonna be able to lead others. Period. But this is Renegade number 1. I want y'all to, seriously think about this and subscribe, like the video, and peace.